I can't be fucked with you today. Honestly, this guy's been driving around, fucking swinging trailers around, taking trees out.
Oh, fuck. Honestly, I'll tell you the story then.
You're going into your victimhood. Of course that happened. No, but it was like 3 setbacks.
Yeah, like we went there with Max's car. Then it was like, okay, the tow bar's wrong.
We just tried to get some wood for reference. Reference, by the way.
Yeah.
Tim always starts a story thinking everyone knows the whole thing in his head already.
So Max wanted to get another desk for some weird reason, even though we got a desk. And then we went to go get some wood. The trailer wouldn't fit there, so we're like, okay, sweet, I'll come home. And then I messaged my friend and I was like, bro, is your car got a tow bar? He's like, yeah. Went there. He's like, oh, we just got to install the tow bar. I was like, okay, sweet. So we drove. Oh, we got to Mitre 10. Then he was like, oh, we got to install the tow bar.
Shot David.
So I was laying underneath, like, fucking trying to get it in. Wouldn't go in. We're like, fuck, let's go back and get the other car. So we went back, swapped the car. And then I figured out how to do it, put the tow bar in. Got there. It was the wrong size tow bar again. And I was like, fuck, there's no way I can go home with nothing. So it was either fucking risk it and just jam it on there and just drive carefully, or come home to Max complaining about me in her victimhood.
And what happened on your drive home?
So I was driving home. This is what happened. I was driving home and I was concentrating. It was all good. And then for some reason, I just want to listen to YG. So I was like, fuck. Like typed in YG on Spotify and then was playing some music. And then I was like, fuck, I haven't heard the song in ages. And then I was just bumping to it. And then I got to the last roundabout right by our house. And then I just looked in the fucking rearview mirror and I was like, what? I was like, why is there fucking stones and shit all over the road back there? And then I was like, what the fuck? I didn't see that when I drove past. And then I was like, oh, fuck off. And then I stopped the car in the middle of the road and I looked in the rearview mirror and the fucking trailer like ripped out this whole tree.
So what? Did it just fall off and swing out? Did you not feel it?
No, so they gave me like a D-shackle. That's what I was telling David about. And it fucking was like made for babies. It fully fucking must have just ripped out.
Oh my God.
Because I was taking all the pressure. But anyway, I went back there and then I had to fucking pull the tree out of the gutter. Then I tried to stand the tree back up. It was like, the tree's like this.
Oh no.
I was like, oh fuck. But we made it home anyway.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and I could have like stayed in my victimhood and been like, of course this happened to me. I'm just gonna be stuck here now. Someone's gonna tell me. People were walking their dog and shit, and I was just giving them the evil, so they were being all good.
What? What are you talking about?
No, people were coming past like looking at me like that.
Because of the tree?
Yeah, looking at the tree, and I was looking at them like. So then they were like, oh fuck, and looked away.
Oh my gosh, you probably scared them.
Exactly.
Anyway, before we start, let's just give a quick shout out to Core.
Core. Oh, let me see.
Only wear Core. Shut the fuck up.
Only wear Core. No, straight up.
They've sent us these beautiful tracksuits, keeping us super snug
Hard out.
on this cold winter's day. I think moving forward, while I'm still pregnant, I'm just gonna probably dress like this.
Yeah.
Every day.
Hard out. No,
Yeah.
straight up. It's
I'm
fucking
honestly
freezing.
so cozy.
Yeah. No, these are it's
Even
mean
though I
quality
probably
as
look
well.
like a polar bear right now, it's all good. The vibes are high, and we're here to fucking drop some bombs.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Core.
Thank you, Core. No, it's actually mean quality though, for real. Like if you guys want some Core merch,
It's like that
we'll
nice
put the link.
fleecy material on the inside. I just never want to wash it.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, cool streetwear. I really like the pants on you. Like I find pants just always look weird on you.
Fresh barnacles.
All right, victim. What was that absolute roar coming from my throat?
What the hell? Young barnacles, for real.
I'm just a fucking pregnant little girl with heartburn, okay? So much heartburn. Okay, victim mentality. It is basically blaming outside circumstances for where you are, why you're stuck. Maybe repeating a story to fit that narrative. Maybe, yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it's definitely blaming outside sources for your inward problems.
Yeah.
Putting your problems on other people. Yeah, and people get stuck in it because like people feeling sorry for you is a sort of like a tension that some people feed off, and they try to get stuck in that.
Yeah.
Try and
I
stay
think
in
it has
that.
a lot to do with rejection as well.
Yeah. I was definitely in that, so like I know most people go through victimhood, victim mentality
Yeah.
type shit.
Let's just give some more like examples first before we like go off on a tangent on what our
Yeah.
stories were.
Another example is like blaming your parents.
Yeah.
Blaming your parents for how you grew up, and this is why you're stuck like this because my parents were alcoholics and
Yeah.
I'm an alcoholic, or
Yeah.
like
Also using people's privileges against them and saying, oh, they're only that successful because their parents gave them the startup money for their business, or, oh, well, yeah, lucky for some going to private school, or like, you know, it's that real like people that when you tell people something and they go, must be nice. I hate people like that.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Like, shut up. Go out there and get it then.
Yeah, hard. But I feel like unhealthy and unfit, and your missus is always telling you to stay home, and then you go to work and tell the boys like, fuck, bro, nah, I just fucking stayed at home, bro. The missus just wanted me to stay at home. Like, it's actually you. You're just using her as a scapegoat.
Also, another example is, and I actually used to do this to my friends, and I would know that I was doing it in the moment, but I just couldn't snap out of it. So like complaining to friends or colleagues about a situation, and they listen to you and they help give you solutions, but you always have an excuse as to why their solution wouldn't work.
Oh, yeah.
I would always do that. I'll be like, yeah, but blah, 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 blah. Yeah, nah, that won't work for me because, you know, I used to literally know I was doing it in the moment as well. So sorry to my friends. Sorry for doing that.
Yeah,
I must have been exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big ass one. That's such a common one, eh? People do it all the time. You're like trying to reason with them. They're like, oh, fuck, I can't do that because of this. And you're just like, you end up not even having nothing to say.
Yeah, totally. I've probably had people cut me off for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so speaking of like my own victim mentality, I used to honestly live like such a victim. I think I've shared quite a bit with my journey of my relationship with my mum and how we've kind of like formed this really great relationship. But before that, I used to like use that situation as a reason for like, I don't want to have kids because like what if I'm a mum like my mum and my mum wasn't there for me, my mum left me and blah 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 blah, and definitely don't want to have a daughter. I'd rather have a son because my mum, you know, like she loved her sons. What if I'm like that? And just for like a lot of circumstances in my life, like I would just I would use that to basically validate my victim mentality, you know, to keep the narrative going. Because it's like little rewards you're feeding that victim state of mind. And because it's comfortable, it becomes comfortable. But when it's comfortable, it becomes like your identity. And I see it a lot on TikTok, actually. When people have like a specific target audience, they make their whole page about that specific thing. So say it's a trauma of something that's happened in their lives, and they'll use that to gain traction from the right audience, which I can see like works in that way, but also it's just damaging your mindset and your growth because it's just feeding that narrative over and over again. It's like rewarding and validating that mental state of mind of being a victim. So, yeah. Did any of that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. It's such baby brain today.
It's all good. Yeah, I think I was the same as well, like coming here from Africa and then like going to, I think my like victim mentality would have kind of started at school because the teachers are always like, you're so disruptive in class, or like you're doing this and that. And you just try and find like escape route. So it would be like, oh, like you just blame shit on your circumstances at home. Like, oh, I've got no family in there. I've only got my mum and dad.
Yeah.
Like you just blame shit on that. And then like the school found out because the teachers used to come to my house. And then my mum told them like, oh, my dad's done this and that, and they've separated. So then they started like drilling that narrative into me, like he's being disruptive because his dad's not in his life and things like that. And I think like that was the early stages of me like tasting that victim mentality and like feeding it and getting used to and getting comfortable in that with the teachers and shit. But then when I'm with the boys, like I'll be fully all good.
Yeah, because was it almost like the teachers went a little bit easier on you for understanding why you were like that, and therefore you that actually rewarded you, like, oh, okay, like
yeah, and then like, it gives you like confidence, and you know the teachers are looking at
and
you.
it's attention as
attention
well.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
it gets you attention, and you like start getting addicted to like the attention. Of that.
And it's almost like you're rewarding for getting rewarded for being naughty.
Yeah, exactly. It was like that.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But then like as I got older, like when my health was my health was bad. Wasn't that bad, but it was bad, you know. But I was always like making excuses and living in like the victim mentality, blaming other outside sources and shit for me like not training and eating bad, and I'd always come up with something.
Like when you talk about teachers keeping you in that and rewarding you for that, I found the same with some like psychologists and stuff on social media that I would follow. Like I used to just live and breathe the holistic psychologist. I think her name's Dr. Nicola Lapero or something. I used to share all her quotes, and like I bought her book, How to Do the Work, listen to her podcast, everything. But like that was during such a victim mentality era for me. And she would almost like keep you in that victimhood mentality and keep you in like quite a depressive mindset by telling us to like be gentle with ourselves and to like honor our trauma and stuff like that. And I just don't think that is great for like healing and self-growth, because it's really stagnant. Like you're staying stuck in the same spot. Whereas I feel like forgiveness and acceptance is the best way to heal and move on. Because once you like fully accept what you've been through, you can like show it love almost and like accept it. Once you forgive something, once you accept something, you forgive whoever may have caused a trauma for you. It makes it easier to like move on. And I just think like when we're always going, oh, well, I'm like this, I had this traumatic experience, and like when you're always wearing that badge, that's you. That's how you identify with yourself, and that's like how you stay stuck. Whereas I think like it's just not a growth mindset.
Yeah, definitely. It's just that's what when we're talking about that, like that's just like psychiatrists say.
Yeah.
Like when you go see them and they're like try and like pinpoint the problem on something that isn't inside of you.
Yeah.
They'll be like, okay, so your mother did this back in. You think your mother's related to this? Like they say shit like that, and they're like trying to make you think like
Like your whole life's purpose is to just get forgiveness and love from your mother, and that's why you do every single thing wrong in your life. Like they pin everything on it.
Yeah. They'll try pin it on like one thing that's like
Yeah.
external, when really they should just be like, yeah, exactly what you said before.
Yeah. Like I get it. I get their whole approach, because they do have to be gentle with people at the end of the day. Like they, some people are really fragile. So they do have to be gentle with words and stuff. But like, how do you actually grow beyond that, Like I want to learn how to forgive, and I want to learn how to accept so that we can move forward. Like I'm such a solution type of person. I don't want to stay stuck on something for too long.
Yeah.
And I think that's like how I am these days. It's the same with the psychologists and stuff, like that woman telling you to like cut people off. Like I'm just like, or like cut family off, cut your mother off. She disappeared when you were 2. Like cut her off. Or
Do they say that?
They do. Like, because my mum, like, and my mum is aware that I talk about this stuff, like online and podcasts, by the way. So it's like, she's not going to be like, oh my God. Anyway. But like, because there were, and you saw it as well, like there were times where like mum would come into my life and like be there, and like I would get my hopes up, and then it would kind of just like vanish and not be anything at all, or something would happen, there would be a fight or something. And like I think when people say, oh well, someone keeps coming in and out of your life and hurting you and giving you hope like that, it's best to just cut them off and move on. And I'm like, actually, is it? Like she still did like carry me, birth me, and did the best of her ability. Like she was going through shit as well. And like, I think that is ultimately how I grew.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have seen that at the time as well.
No way.
So like them saying that is like,
Yeah.
like only where you are now is you can see where she's come from.
Yeah. Because I've gotten out of my victim.
Yeah.
But the way that I've done that is by like forgiving her, and mostly like accepting her. Accepting like I also know what her mum was like, quite cold and like never said I love you, never kind of like show any type of affection. And so like I took that more on board and thought, well, maybe she did the best of her ability with like the tools that she was given growing up. And it helped me to accept who she was, and therefore forgive, and then therefore fully like just let go. And there's still things that my mum might say to me that absolutely trigger me, but it's more of like a quick thought, like, and then I accept it, and then I move on.
Yeah.
I don't go, get out of my house. Like this is my roof, my house. Get out. You can't treat me like this in my house. I just think that is so like ego. Like, why do you have to like show me a certain respect, or like, I hate the fucking word respect and disrespectful. I hate that shit. Like, I find just accepting people for their flaws and like their fuck ups and their future ones too. I think that is what helps you grow as a person. Because do you think like the person going like dwelling on stuff is really like a healed person? Like not really.
No.
Like the healed person sits there and like shots are fired and it doesn't affect them.
Yeah.
Because they just think, oh well, that's something that, they might be going through, and it's got nothing to do with me, which it doesn't. Yeah, so acceptance and forgiveness, I think, is key, not cutting people off. It's different if someone's like physically hurting you, and, all circumstances are different, but like, I just think they need to like, to truly heal, you need acceptance and forgiveness.
Yeah. And you need you need that. But to take to get out of the victim mentality, you need to take ownership of all your shit.
Yeah.
Like you need
Accountability.
to own, accountability. You need to
For
own
where
all
you're
your
at.
shit, like everything. And I
Mm.
think that's where it changed for me. Like for a while, I was just stuck and like lost and just doing just being lost. And
Or just like how you used to think, like, oh, the pigs are always after me for no reason. Like,
no, they were. The pigs are always after me, cuz. Nah, but yeah, even like that. But
like driving 200 Ks on his bike, like fucking thinking he's the victim. Like,
man, I was. Nah, but the way I got out of it, like got out of that mentality was just starting to own my own shit and like not blaming things on anybody else. And I think I even got like that with you. Like even if you were like, "Oh, I can do this for you," or like, "I'll do this," I used to be like, "Oh, no, I'll just do it." Even though I know you could do it, but I just didn't want to put anything on anybody else at the time when I
Yeah.
was building myself up, because I did that a few times where I'd be like, let someone else do something, and then they'd fuck it up, and then like there's no one else to blame for that situation besides me.
yeah.
Even though they think, "Oh fuck, we're stuck in the situation together,"
Mm.
like ultimately it was my fault. Like I could have just taken
That's
control
so
myself.
funny you say that. Like, I see it in things that you did now, like looking back. Even like when it comes down to like, because you're so specific with your food and how you
Yeah.
eat and stuff.
Yeah.
And like when someone like my dad or someone would like offer to cook something for Tim, he'll be like, no, 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 no.
Yo, you know what he done this one time? Bro. So he was like, "Oh yeah, your steak's in the fridge." I was like, "Oh yeah, mean sweet bro." Like just talking to him. And then I went home and I was like, look, because you know how steak comes in like those packs. So I was in the fridge like looking. I was like, the fuck? Where's the fucking steak? I was like rang Max and she's like, I don't know, it'll be in there somewhere. I was like, the fuck? She's like, go ask my dad. He said he got it. I was like, oh, I must have put it in the freezer or something. And then I went out, asked the dad, and he's like, no, it's in there in the bowl. And I was like, oh, sweet. I was like, oh, fuck, he took it out of the like wrapping and like put it in the bowl. I was like, what the fuck? So then I went in there and looked in the bowl and he fucking drenched it in Worcestershire sauce and lemon juice. I was
It
like,
wouldn't have been lemon juice.
oh, was it just Worcestershire?
I don't know, but he definitely marinated it.
He marinated it for me, and I was like, holy fuck. And like, I was about to get angry, but then I was like, that's my fault. Like, I should have fucking set boundaries and said, like, I'll do like my steak and shit.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch anything. So like, I do that hard out now. Like, I'll just own everything and try control
Yeah.
everything that I can. So if the outcome is a failure or anything, then
You only want to blame yourself.
then I can't like get in their victim mentality to be like, bro, that was your fucking fault, or like,
Yeah.
you got me there. That's why.
Yeah.
So like that's how I resist going back into that. I just try to take control of everything, the good and the bad. And when it is real bad, I just try and sit with it and just try and figure out how I can change myself, or like so that mistake won't happen again. But yeah, when I was a tradie and I'd forget my my meal prep at home, and then I'd go to work and just eat fucking shit with the boys, and then I'd be like, nah, fuck, it was all good. Like, I'll just start tomorrow. It's my fault. I'm the one who fucked up and should have fucking done that. So now I'm gonna eat bad.
Yeah.
Like when really I could have been like, fuck, to own this, I'd actually got to drive all the way to Countdown now and get something healthy
Yeah.
rather than going to the bakery and just folding.
Yeah.
Just little things like that. That's how you
It's self-sabotage.
can.
You literally like, it's the easiest way to self-sabotage. It's like when people, you know, when they go through something and they're just like, oh, well, there's no point in me doing this because this will be the outcome.
Yeah. Hard.
Like, I'm still guilty of doing that all the time. Like, it takes a lot to snap out of this shit, people.
Yeah, hard out. I think I need to tell you more as well when you do that. But then I feel bad. Like if you are like a close partnership, like how we are. Yeah, I feel bad sometimes when you do that and I don't say anything.
No, but it's good. I like when you tell me stuff like that. I don't go off at you. Like, we did it
Sometimes you
at
do.
Mitre 10. But what about at Mitre 10? We just did.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, oh, I wish I just had the money to blah, 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 blah. And Tim was like, babe, stop saying I wish. And I was like, okay, sweet. And then I just did my gratitude,
Yeah,
said all
that
the
was
things
good.
I was gratitude for.
I was gratitude for that thing. Hard.
I practiced my gratitude and we kept it moving.
Hard out.
I think like it depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And that's why like sometimes I hesitate to even say shit when you do keep repeating the same cycle of something. But then and by the 10 I was like, had enough because he's been doing it all day.
Yeah, I just woke up real grumpy today.
And it was just like, I wish this, and like, oh fuck. Of course
What did I say? I wish a bunch of times.
Yeah, he said 6 or 7 times this morning. And I was just like, oh fuck. I wasn't gonna say anything, but then I just like had to say it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I had to say it in public.
Yeah, those were, it's just like, but it's things like that. Sometimes you do have to, like you said, the accountability thing, sometimes you do have to do it yourself. And like how I said, I used to know in the moment with my friends when I'd complain about something and they'd give me solutions. I knew it in the moment that I was like being a fucking idiot and like telling them why their solutions don't work. When I think, you have to be like teachable. That's something that I learned from your boxing gym at Revels with their rules. Like you have to, one of the rules was you have to be teachable.
Yeah, hard out.
So like take things, I've never like heard that before. And I'm like, yeah, true. Because like, sometimes when people ask me for advice about like food or any type of like health changes and I give them something, they always give me an excuse why that can't work for them. And I'm just like, oh, well then why ask me if you don't want to be, be teachable.
Hard out.
If you
just
want
take
to
it on,
learn So how can people break out of these? That is one.
That's 2 because I said the other one about
What's the other one?
like with smoko and shit, or like going on your lunch breaks. If you forget to eat the healthy food and you only got a 15-minute break and it takes you 10 minutes to get to that healthy place, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Or just don't eat. Like there's always ways around it. You don't have to be like, fuck, I'll just only get one sausage roll. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, maybe you're going to have to be fasting for the day and watch all the boys have their smoko, but that's you taking accountability. And will you forget it again? Maybe not.
It's all about making that conscious decision.
Yeah.
And actually doing the right thing. Like deep down, you know what the fuck you should be doing.
Yeah, stay uncomfortable.
Stay uncomfortable. Like you should be eating the right things. You should be, you know what to do as well. Like some people even play dumb and be like, oh fuck, is that not healthy?
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, come on, bro. It's deep fried.
Hard out.
Because I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to be like, okay, I'll get healthy. Like I'll just eat KFC, but just the chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I do that. I fall into, even though I know so much like about food and knowledge around food and what it does for us, sometimes I fall into the traps of like, like PTs this are so pro calories, like, and they're like healthy meals. They're saying healthy meals, but really it's just low calorie. It's not doing anything for your health. Like they're saying like, mince and potato, like that's not healthy. Like it's just low calorie. So yeah, I do the same. I talk myself into it because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to like necessarily put on weight from this. But it doesn't mean it's fueling my body and doing the right things. So yeah, like not falling into those little tricks that our minds play.
Yeah. It's weird how our like human bodies want to be lazy.
I know.
That's so weird. Like if you think about it, humans just, if we could just literally just lay down and fucking do nothing, hang out with our mates.
Yeah.
And literally just relax.
Yeah.
Like that's what our bodies want to actually do.
Well, that's what society wants us to do as well. Like when you think about the biggest corporations in the world, like they are all things to make us lazy. Like the health and fitness industry is not the biggest industry in the world.
Yeah.
Fast food is and pharmaceuticals is. All the things that are like quick fixes and
yeah.
Helping you to like just stay stuck and just like stay comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's
crazy.
We're surrounded by temptation all the time.
But it is it's just crazy that everything that is good for you is harder than
Yeah.
like it's how it's
Like
because how we've
bad
been
food
programmed.
tastes
Is that
good.
what you're trying to say? Like it's
Yeah.
how we've been programmed from.
It
Yeah,
is.
true.
We're programmed from day one, you know.
Yeah,
Breastfeeding's hard. Just give them formula.
yeah,
You
hard.
know, from day dot.
Yeah,
There's
hard
no
out.
chance. It's just always take the easy route. Take the easy route.
Yeah,
Always.
hard out. Fuck.
And
Even
it's
like
all from big companies that are fucking killing it.
and just making everything so lazy, eh?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because if you're like living in the Amazon and shit, like, fuck, I doubt those guys are lazy. They'll be loving
No way.
like exercise. It wouldn't even be exercise to them.
No, it's not. It's not. It's just like hunting, gathering
Yeah, yeah.
African beautiful bodies. Oh, what?
What?
Wait, do you have anything to say on racism victim stuff? Because I feel like you're like the only person I know, like the only, what do I call you? African I know. I feel like you really don't get like racism. You don't like, it's like it doesn't exist to you.
It doesn't. It honestly doesn't exist. It doesn't. I've seen it though, like, but it's like people playing into it.
Yeah.
Playing into that.
But what about people that are kind of like activists and stuff like that around racism?
Yeah, like over here and shit, there's no racism. Like I've seen racism ruthlessly, like in Africa.
Yeah.
When I went with my dad and we went to go to
And
this.
you're not allowed in certain restaurants.
Yeah,
and
and we went to go to like we went to the safari. I'll just tell you the guys the story quickly. Went to the safari. Then on the way back, we passed through this town, and my dad's partner's from here, and she was like, "Oh, let's just stop in this town here and have a feed." And he was like,
she's
"Oh."
white.
Yeah, and she's white, and my dad's like midnight purple. um, and he was like, "No, we can't stop here and eat." And she was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Nah, they won't let me eat in here." And she was like, "Oh, don't be silly. Like, let's just go in." And we were like trying to tell her like, "Nah, like we can't go in there." And she's like, "Don't be silly, guys. Let's just do it."
Oh no.
And then my dad was like, "Okay, let's just go." And then we went in, and there was two people, like one couple, in the whole place. It was empty, and they said they were booked out. And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, seen my dad, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like, so I've seen racism like that, like ruthlessly over there, but over here, like, I don't really see it.
Yeah.
If anything, it's the other way around. Like, it's like I feel like white people would feel racism more from where I can see, because I don't know how.
I don't think I feel like that. I feel like
Like, you guys can't say
like
things
hung over our heads, and we're paying for the mistakes that maybe the older generations have done to like Māori and stuff. Yeah, I definitely have seen like the most ruthless comments from white people. Like just refusing to call Māori names their names and stuff. Or when people like roll the R, they say, "Where the fuck is Taranaki? It's Taranaki." Like that's fucked up. I didn't know. I honestly didn't know that people like that existed.
Yeah, hard.
And I'm like, how are you like that?
I know. And now they've, like, the neighbors are just telling me that they're removing all the Māori names, from places, like on boards and shit like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? I felt like they just tried
happening.
so long to like get it all accepted.
Yeah, they're like.
But
removing.
then, like, because I grew up like in Helensville, like it was just different. Like at my school, Te Reo Māori was compulsory, and it was very accepting. Like everyone did kapahaka. Like the whole town was like, I don't even know how to explain it. So like when I wasn't there anymore and I saw racism, I was like, fucking hell. It's pretty ruthless. But yeah. How do people, I don't know. It's so hard, because like I feel like the wrong person to speak on it because I'm, white. But it does feel like a bit of a divide that is happening politically I wish that people could come together, especially our age, because our age really have nothing to do with what went on in the past. And like, why can't we separate the anger and like come together and like recreate our future?
Yeah, hard.
You know, like
Yeah.
it just seems, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say because I just think like, oh, maybe this is a bit racist what I'm going to say, but I just think that like Africans are like superior, like in the world. I just think we're like the like best race you could be,
I just feel
hands
like
down. So like,
everything that historically, when it comes to like historical power, I feel like it does come back to Africa every time.
yeah. So I just think like, even though this is racist, I don't even care. Yeah, I feel like Africans are like the highest fucking top of the food chain. So like anything that any like racist comments or anything like that underneath, I'm just like, it doesn't even, nothing phases me because I'm from the motherland.
Yeah.
I'm from where all of us came from,
Yeah.
and where like Anunnaki came from, and Thoth. But what, I just wanted to go back to the victim mentality. Like, to be saved from that, you got to be your own savior.
Yeah.
Like, nothing against like religion and shit like that, but like the only person that's going to save you and get you out of the situation is yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go to any external thing or anything like that. Even when you pray and all that stuff like that,
Yeah,
it's
like
you.
we still pray.
It's you.
But we don't
doing the work.
pray to like, we don't pray for like anyone to save us.
Yeah. We're just like,
you know, like we don't pray for God to save us. Like we pray for like, we just pray for like ourselves to have the power inside us
yeah, hard.
to be able to make right decisions.
I try to talk to my higher self when we do that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to tap into a higher thing. Yo, well, the camera's
Another battery bites the dust.
fucking hell. Oh, what, should have been more prepared?
At least people can't see your stiffy.
Yeah, and your tits are out.
Anyway, guys, we hope that this was insightful, educational, inspiring, and helps you to get out of that victim mentality. Because, yeah, I think that's the way forward when it comes to growth and healing, is just to be able to not let circumstances hold you back, not let people hold you back, not even let the words or actions of others affect you in any way. Just full acceptance and keep it moving.
Yeah, exactly that. Just gotta be your own savior.
Yeah.
Look after
Save
yourself. The more you look after yourself, the more you look after number one, the more that everybody else gets looked after around you.
Yeah, totally.
But if you're not looking after yourself, trying to look after everyone else, shit ain't gonna work out, cuz. But yo, thanks for tapping in.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
Peace out.